Good evening, everyone. This week is almost over, and well, I'm just finishing up here in the office. But before I go, I got asked to chat with you again, and this time it's about how legal documents are served. Now, why did I get asked to do this? Well, some of you may have been receiving some dodgy emails claiming to be from the National Prosecuting Authority, or even from a firm of lawyers, in which you are told that you are being sued. And the number one red flag of some of these emails that I've seen is usually where you get told to click on the link to see your summons. Actually, recently I got an email where somebody said I was to click on the link to see my invoice. And I just thought, back in my day, if you wanted to send somebody an invoice, you made sure that it was easy to read, easy to open, easy to understand, because a lot of people would be only too glad to say that they couldn't open the invoice, and then you wait for months to get paid because this person couldn't even see the invoice. But as for legal process, what we have seen happening now, and what I need to talk about, is in some cases an email gets sent to a party. It could be any private individual, and the email usually says that this is an email from the National Prosecuting Authority or from a legal firm, and that a certain person has either instituted a claim against you, or in the case of a prosecuting authority, that serious charges have been brought against you. But the email itself does not say what these charges are. And then it says here, to view the summons or to view the particulars of the charges, you have to click on the link. Now, that I can tell you right off the bat as I'm sitting here is utter hogwash. That is definitely not a legal document to begin with. What most people will tell you is that actual legal process, let's start with the easiest. Actual legal process in criminal matters do not get sent to you by email. You get arrested by a police officer. Or I know in this day and age, an arrest can also include a police officer phones you on a Friday afternoon to ask you to come to the station to just chat with him. And then they arrest you at the station because, they didn't want to just get into the car and go look for you. So, a telephone call from the police on a Friday afternoon is and always will be a dangerous thing. But nonetheless, that's how the police usually serve that subpoena or that summons to go to court, is they first take you into their custody, and then they will give you this form. In some cases you get released on warning, in some cases you remain in custody until your first court appearance. But that is the only way in which charge sheets or summonses in criminal matters will reach your hands. Nobody will ever email you such a thing. But in civil matters, that's a different thing. Nobody needs to arrest you for a civil matter. Now, the number one way in which all documents that start any kind of legal proceedings, whether somebody's applying for an interdict against you, whether somebody has issued a summons against you for payment of a debt or payment of damages, these documents, that notice of motion or that summons, has to get served by a sheriff. Now, since I have a couple of minutes left on this video, I can mention that yes, it is possible for those things to be served on you by electronic mail, but that will only happen if service by a sheriff is not possible, and the plaintiff or the applicant has obtained the court's permission to serve that document in such a way. And when that document does get searched in such a way, I can assure you, it's not going to be with an email that says click on the link to get the document. No. That document is going to be served on you. And thus far, the best way, and in my book, so far the only way in which it is to be served on you, is in PDF format, so that you can read it. Yeah, don't be surprised if you have some colleagues that are not as tech savvy and they send it to you in a series of JPEG files, but yes, I think those people, if they do exist, I've met some laypersons that actually do that, by the way. Let's not laugh too hard, but yes, if that is the case, I think they just need some minimal training just to know exactly how to make PDF copies to serve a document properly. But that's the only instance in which you will receive it by email. And like I said, if you do receive such a document by email from an actual sheriff or from an actual lawyer, it will not be in the form of a link to click on to see it. It will be the actual document attached to the email. Well, I hope this information at least keeps a couple of people out of trouble, and at least saves a couple of companies from some phishing scams and such. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend ahead. I'm going home now.